Horoscope predictions.
Aries.
Aries today feels less like a sudden spark and more like a slow-burning fire, steady and demanding your full attention. Instead of rushing forward, you may find yourself weighing choices that affect not just your mood, but also your routine and responsibilities. Conversations could carry a heavier tone, and people around you might look to you for answers or quick decisions, but it's important to pause before reacting. In real-life terms, this might mean setting clear boundaries at work, stepping away from needless debates, or finally committing to finishing something you've been pushing aside. The energy of the day asks you to ground your instinctive Aries drive in patience, as the outcome of your actions will stretch further into the weeks ahead than you realize. On the personal front, you might notice that small details in your environment are reflecting back your inner state. If things feel chaotic, tidying up your space or simplifying your schedule can help realign your focus. Relationships also call for direct but calm communication. Your honesty is powerful, but the way you deliver it today makes all the difference. You could find yourself caught between wanting freedom and needing structure. And the lesson is to find balance without letting frustration rule your decisions. Lucky colors today: navy, gold, white. Lucky numbers: 9, 14, 22.
Taurus.
Taurus, today invites you to step out of your comfort zone in small but meaningful ways. You may be asked to consider perspectives that don't line up neatly with your own, whether through work, family, or close relationships. Instead of clinging to the familiar, the energy nudges you toward flexibility. This doesn't mean giving up stability, but rather finding new ways to stay grounded while adapting to shifting circumstances. In real terms, you might be reconsidering financial plans, adjusting daily routines, or simply learning how to let go of habits that no longer serve your long-term goals. While the pace may feel slower than you'd like, the steady rhythm of the day helps you see that progress often comes in quieter, more deliberate steps. Emotionally, you may notice that old fears or doubts surface, especially if someone challenges you to think differently or step into the unknown. Instead of resisting, lean into the discomfort. It's showing you where growth is possible. Your patience and resilience are your strongest tools today, helping you move through any uncertainty with quiet confidence. Pay attention to conversations, as they may hold insights you'll need later in the week. Trust your instincts, but stay open to learning from others. Lucky colors today: green, black, beige. Lucky numbers: 6, 11, 28.
Gemini.
Gemini, today your attention feels scattered, but not in a bad wits, more like your mind is tuning into multiple frequencies at once. The challenge is figuring out which signal deserves your full focus. People may reach out to you for advice, quick chats, or updates, and while you thrive on conversation, the day calls for more discernment in where you invest your mental energy. It's easy to say yes to too much and then feel drained later, so be mindful about the promises you make. In the workplace or personal projects, the push and pull between flexibility and structure becomes clearer, showing you where you've been juggling too many moving parts. Today's energy encourages you to slow down just enough to choose wisely, instead of letting the moment sweep you in 10 directions. On a personal level, small but meaningful realizations might come through unexpected conversations. You could overhear something, get a text at just the right time, or notice that someone's words hit closer to home than you expected. These aren't coincidences, they're nudges pointing you toward clarity about what really matters right now. If you've been avoiding a direct talk with someone close, today brings the opportunity to bridge that gap, provided you keep the tone calm and focused. Journaling, making lists, or even clearing out clutter can help channel excess mental energy into something productive. Lucky colors today: yellow, silver, indigo. Lucky numbers 3, 12, 19.
Cancer.
Cancer, the mood of this day feels heavier than usual, but it's not meant to pull you down, it's here to ground you. Responsibilities may come into sharper focus, whether through work deadlines, family duties, or even personal routines you've been neglecting. There's a strong pull toward getting serious about stability, and while you might prefer to retreat into comfort, the energy asks you to step up instead. In practical terms, this could look like balancing finances, reorganizing your schedule, or holding yourself accountable to health goals. You may not feel like rushing into action, but steady. Small steps today will give you a sense of control and reassurance. Emotionally, you could feel more sensitive to other people's moods, picking up on unspoken tensions or noticing that someone close needs more support than they're letting on. Your natural empathy is a strength here, but the key is to avoid taking on more than you can carry. Sometimes showing care means setting firm boundaries, and today is an important moment to practice that balance. If conversations around family or close partners turn serious, resist the urge to withdraw. Your input is valuable, and your perspective matters. A thoughtful approach now helps prevent misunderstandings later in the week. Lucky colors today: blue, maroon, white. Lucky numbers 5, 16, 27.
Leo.
Leo today has the feeling of a spotlight moment, but not in the dramatic sense. You're used to it's more about how you handle responsibility when others are paying attention. You might find yourself in a situation where leadership is needed, whether at work, in a group project, or within your family dynamic. People look to you for confidence and clarity. And while you may not have all the answers, your steady presence makes an impact. The key is balancing your natural charisma with a practical mindset, avoiding the urge to push ahead too quickly. In real-world terms, this could mean taking the lead in organizing tasks, setting a tone of cooperation during discussions, or showing restraint instead of acting impulsively. On the personal side, your energy is strong but needs careful direction. Someone close to you might challenge your perspective, and instead of reacting defensively, this is your chance to listen and expand your understanding. At the same time, you'll feel a pull to focus on long-term goals, whether that's saving money, building better habits, or clarifying where your energy should be invested. The day encourages a balance between ambition and patience, reminding you that your influence grows stronger when you act with intention instead of force. Lucky colors today: red, black, cream. Lucky numbers 2, 18, 24.
Virgo.
Virgo, the energy today highlights details, routines, and the systems that keep your world moving smoothly. You may notice where small cracks are starting to show, whether that's in your schedule, your finances, or the way you've been balancing personal needs with responsibilities. Instead of becoming overly critical of yourself, view this as an opportunity to find. In practical terms, you might spend time today organizing files, catching up on tasks you've avoided, or having honest discussions about what is and isn't working in your current plans. The slower rhythm of the day helps you recognize that progress doesn't always come from big changes. It often starts with small, consistent actions. Emotionally, you could feel a tug between wanting everything in order and recognizing that some things are beyond your control. This is where patience and self-compassion come into play. Someone may ask for your guidance or input, and while you're excellent at offering solutions, remember that sometimes people just need you to listen without fixing. By leaning into balance, you'll avoid overextending yourself and instead create a sense of calm in your environment. Taking time for a quiet reset, whether through journaling, a walk, or simply pausing to breathe, can restore your clarity. Lucky colors today: olive, white, navy. Lucky numbers: 7, 15, 29.
Libra.
Libra, today shines a spotlight on balance in a very practical sense, not just in ideals, but in how you divide your time, attention, and energy. You might notice that you've been pulled in too many directions lately, trying to keep everyone around you happy, while your own needs have slipped to the background. This day encourages you to take a closer look at where compromises have worked in your favor, and where they've quietly drained you. At work or in partnerships, a moment may arrive where you're asked to make a choice or set a boundary, and while it may feel uncomfortable, it's necessary. By giving weight to your own voice and not just the voices of others, you'll create more stability moving forward. In relationships, both personal and professional, honesty and clarity go further than charm. You may be tempted to gloss over conflict to keep the peace, but the reality is that unspoken issues only gather weight over time. A conversation today, if handled calmly, could actually bring relief and understanding, even if it feels tense at first. On a personal note, this is also a good day for reflecting on your goals, how much of what you're chasing is truly yours, and how much has been influenced by outside expectations. Lucky colors today: peach, gray, blue. Lucky numbers: 4, 13, 21.
Scorpio.
Scorpio, today carries a deeper intensity that you'll feel almost immediately. And it might show up through serious conversations, financial decisions, or private realizations you can no longer ignore. The energy isn't about rushing into action, but rather examining what's beneath the surface, what motivates you, what fears you've been holding on to, and where you need to step into greater accountability. At work or in projects, you may be pushed to address details that you'd rather avoid, but facing them now clears the path ahead. The practical lesson of the day is simple. Avoiding what makes you uncomfortable only makes it more powerful, but confronting it strips away its control. On a personal level, your intuition feels sharper, and you'll likely pick up on subtleties that others miss. Pay attention to body language, tone, and the unspoken layers in conversations. You'll find clues about where things are really headed. This can be especially important in relationships, where trust and transparency might come under review. If something feels off, this is your chance to bring it into the open with calm but firm honesty. Transformation often comes in small, steady steps, and today offers the grounding you need to take one of them. Lucky colors today: burgundy, white, teal. Lucky numbers: 8, 20, 26.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, Today feels like a tug of war between your natural urge for freedom and the very real demands of responsibility that cannot be ignored. You may feel restless, sensing that opportunities are just beyond reach. Yet at the same time, you're reminded of the tasks and obligations that anchor you here and now. In practical terms, this might look like juggling work deadlines with a desire to travel, learn something new, or simply break away from routine. While it's tempting to escape, the lesson of the day is about finding growth through structure, expanding your horizons without abandoning the commitments that build your foundation. A step back to reassess your schedule could reveal ways to bring adventure into daily life without sacrificing stability. On a more personal note, your interactions with others may highlight differences in values or perspectives. Instead of brushing these aside, today encourages you to engage thoughtfully, allowing debates or deep conversations to stretch your mind. A mentor, colleague, or even a casual acquaintance might drop an idea that lingers with you longer than expected, sparking new insights. Emotionally, you may also feel a push to reflect on whether you've been overextending yourself, saying yes to too many things at once. Finding balance by choosing fewer but more meaningful pursuits will keep you energized rather than drained. Lucky colors today: orange, white, brown. Lucky numbers: 10, 17, 25.
Capricorn.
Capricorn, the weight of responsibility sits heavily on your shoulders today, but instead of overwhelming you, it sharpens your focus. There's a seriousness in the energy that draws your attention to long-term goals, commitments, and the structures in your life that either support or hold you back. In very real terms, you may find yourself rethinking financial priorities, tightening routines, or mapping out the next phase of a career project. Progress feels steady rather than dramatic. But that's exactly the strength of the DITs about taking practical, deliberate steps that add up over time. Your natural discipline is highlighted, showing you that small actions taken today set the stage for future success. In relationships, patience and reliability matter more than promises. Someone close to you may be looking for reassurance, and your grounded presence can offer that. But be mindful not to slip into carrying all the weight yourself. The balance between helping and enabling comes into focus now. On a personal level, you may feel a pull to simplify, whether by clearing physical clutter, setting firmer boundaries, or saying no to distractions. By trimming away the unnecessary, you make space for what truly matters. Lucky colors today: charcoal, green, beige. Lucky numbers: 5, 14, 23.
Aquarius.
Aquarius today pushes you to think carefully about how your ideas and plans fit into real-world frameworks. You're naturally drawn toward innovation and fresh approaches, but the energy now highlights the importance of discipline and consistency. In practical terms, this might show up as feedback at work that challenges you to refine your methods, or as a realization that a vision you've been nurturing needs more structure before it can grow. While it may feel restrictive at first, this grounded influence is helping you prove that your creativity can carry real results. It's a day where progress comes less from big leaps and more from tightening the details. In personal connections, the energy encourages you to slow down and listen more deeply. You might notice that someone close has been waiting for you to show up with more presence, not just in conversation but in action. This is an opportunity to strengthen trust by backing up your words with consistency. You could also feel a pull to reconnect with long-term goals. Projects that once mattered but slipped into the background can be reawakened now with new focus. By embracing both vision and patience, you'll set yourself up for steady growth. Lucky colors today: turquoise, gray, black. Lucky numbers: 6, 18, 27.
Pisces.
Pisces, the tone of this day feels quieter, encouraging reflection on how you manage both your inner world and your practical responsibilities. You may feel torn between the desire to drift into your imagination and the pull of real tasks waiting for your attention. In everyday life, this could mean needing to stay focused on work projects, household routines, or financial matters, even when your energy leans toward escape. Instead of resisting, the key is to weave both together, finding small ways to bring creativity and compassion into the practical side of your day. This balanced approach helps you stay grounded while still honoring your need for flow. In relationships, emotions run closer to the surface, and you may sense subtle shifts in the moods of those around you. Your intuition is strong, but it's important to check in with reality before assuming too much. A gentle but honest conversation could clear away misunderstandings and strengthen bonds. Spiritually, you might feel nudged to slow down and reflect on whether your current path aligns with your deeper values. Even a quiet pause, a walk, meditation, or a moment of stillness can bring clarity. Lucky colors today: violet, white, olive. Lucky numbers: 9, 12, 30.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more daily star wisdom. Let me know your sign in the comments and how this day unfolds for you. I'll see you tomorrow for another celestial check-in. Thank you so much for watching.